That's crazy. Wait a minute. Because I think there's a difference between putting out your music as YouTube content and then using YouTube as a platform to broadcast your music.
I think someone who's been getting a lot more traction recently. See.
Hi, I'm Shawn.
Hi, I'm Raffy.
Kwento ko.
Kwento ko.
Kwento mo sa Lirikwento. Hindi, ano lang naman, wala lang. Kumusta ka? How you doing?
Init.
Ang init nga, grabe. What the heck are we doing here?
Recording.
Recording, tama. Anyway, so we're here to talk about basically music and pop culture, no? So, dude, have you checked out Deltarune yet?
I've seen clips and I've seen edits online, but I haven't been keeping up with the new chapters.
Yeah, like I think, you know, music and pop culture, especially like stuff like Deltarune, Undertale, you know, Toby Fox in general, has kind of opened this kind of new consciousness for people, mga chronically online tulad natin, you know, people who spend a lot of time on the internet, and maybe with our friends who are also into that kind of stuff. Like, have you played Undertale before?
I've tried. I realize I don't have the skill set for it.
It is difficult. It is difficult.
Yeah, it is difficult, and you know, the heart moves a little slower than I want it to. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've tried it. It is fun, but I couldn't really see it through.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but you know, like playing these kinds of games, have you had like kind of songs or like OST soundtracks from video games before that stick out to you even up till today?
Well, I mean, you mean prior to Undertale?
Yeah, maybe prior to Undertale, because Undertale is obviously a given, right? Like we already know that the music that plays during Sans whole battle theme, like almost everything in Undertale
has been memed into oblivion.
Yeah. They even have like their small music community, and not gonna lie, like they low-key kind of they cook, right? Like they're pretty good.
Yeah,
they're pretty good.
I mean, okay. My answer is like I'd say Minecraft, but I feel like that's a given. Like, you know, the original Minecraft soundtrack, C418.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that slaps. Very nostalgic. I mean, we talked about this kanina, but like Pokemon Emerald.
Yeah, Pokemon Emerald, but best Pokemon, by the way.
Yeah, you know what? I won't disagree. But you know, the Pokemon music in general, because Emerald was great. Black and White and Black and White 2 were cool, and you know, Gen 4 jazzy. So
Yeah, that's true. Like I really appreciate it because, you know, I think a big part of it is also nostalgia, right? Like you know, growing up, we've been playing these games, and you've kind of associated it to be home to you, right? Like, I'm assuming like, you know, you miss like rainy nights playing Pokemon Emerald on your what I'm assuming you play on emulator, right?
yeah, I play on an emulator. We didn't have a Game Boy Advance.
Oh my god, kasi na-try ko yun on an actual GBA. That's crazy. Wait a minute.
I mean, okay. Technically, we did, but alam mo yung you like yung mga bootleg cartridges na galing Green Hills.
Yeah.
Or like, so like, you know, we can't get past the first town because we can't save.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, but like mainly Emerald, maybe on the emulator. Yeah.
I've had like various encounters with this kind of stuff. Like, for example, a series that's really endeared to me is the Harvest Moon series. Have you tried the Harvest Moon game?
No, but I remember seeing a bunch of my older friends play it growing up.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm that
Holy
young,
moly. My goodness. One of my favorites is Harvest Moon. It's Innocent Life. A futuristic Harvest Moon. And it's a bit different because it kind of functions like a JRPG, but not really a JRPG. It has major elements of JRPG storytelling. So it's not a very like Western kind of way to write a story that the other games have been, but it tells kind of like a sci-fi Japanese type of story. Like the name of the character is literally life, and the main character is a robot. You don't even get to pick if you're a
That's
if you're a male or female. And the music kind of like tells this story of finding out what life is from the lens of being a robot. It's quite dramatic, but when I hear the music, like I'm sure 99% of people wouldn't know what the heck innocent life is or what. But when I hear the music, especially the what do you call the Easter ruins theme, which is like basically the place where you make your farm. Like it takes me back to a more innocent time of me being like really young, playing on my PSP. Innocent life, a futuristic Harvest Moon, and like I recreated it multiple times actually. That's how much it means to me. Like I'm like, okay, you can make a better.
Like on your dock.
Yeah.
But so funny, because you know, like I've never heard of the game. I've heard of this franchise, obviously, but knowing nothing about the music, but based on like what you explained, the game is like learning about life through the lens of a robot. So paano yun? Like, what is the music of the game? Because what I'm assuming is like the start of the game, it starts off na very synthy, very robotic yung music, and then as the game progresses, you get like it shifts more and more to like quote unquote real sound. Is that what the soundtrack is like?
Actually, surprisingly, like the whole game, it has this kind of what you call it is synthesized, but it's obviously trying to emulate real instruments, which is crazy, right? Like obviously it was made in the early 2000s when synthesized music was kind of gaining traction in like the modern space of music, or like was really like kind of popping off in pop culture. But like it's the fact that they synthesize instruments that try to mimic real life, or like acoustic instruments, because there are violins that you can tell are violins. There are harps that you can tell are trying to be harps, but you can also tell that they're kind of robotic, and you're kind of immersed in that music the whole time. So it's really like this kind of robot trying to get to know what life really means, and in the end, spoiler alert, you do get turned into it. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like you I mean, basically, you interact with nature up to the point that you're granted this. But I think it's quite beautiful. I think you should try it. Innocent Life, though it is kind of, if you're not into like tedium of like farming games.
I mean, I play Stardew.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Stardew is another game that has a lot of good music in it.
Yeah, it's the type of music where you don't notice it, but like when you do, it's like, huh. You know, like the music makes the game not necessarily less boring, but it's like it makes everything seem normal in a sense.
Yeah. It's like when I first realized that I actually knew the music in the game, because I think Stardew Valley is highly inspired by the Harvest Moon series, obviously, and I think Concerned Ape himself is aware of that, or like makes it known that he's quite inspired by the Harvest Moon games, and so that's actually one of the reasons why I picked Stardew Valley up in the first place. But it's when I realized that the music, especially that dun 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 dun, like that key melody that happens when you're on the farm, you're just watering plants and stuff. It's something that it also feels like home, because you hear that mostly when you enter the farm, right? You enter the farm, you're listening to it, and kind of sounds like what I call raindrop music. Does that make sense? It's like it's like rain on your window.
Rain on your window, or just like the very like ambient music.
Yeah.
But
but it would be an injustice to kind of put it in the background, or say call it background music, because like
because it is good music.
Yeah, and and the evidence of that is that they've made a concerto about it, right? Like what's it called?
I don't know.
Was it Story of Seasons? I think they came here recently, or they started selling tickets, but I think there was an issue with ticketing on that, because I wanted to watch the Story of Seasons. Have you seen that? Hindi mo alam yun? Alam mo yun? No. I wanted to go kasi I wanted to see Stardew Valley in concert. Ang ganda nung soundtrack kasi talaga.
I mean, that would be fun.
Yeah. Well, aside from video games, right? Like I think there's like a lot more that you can explore in music and popular culture. Like, what do you think
I
could be
mean,
part of that?
you know, like shifting to a different medium. I think movie soundtracks are a bit underrated.
Actually, yeah.
Well, I mean, they've been getting like more and more traction now, especially Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer.
Like the Interstellar theme's been like not necessarily a meme, but it's been like it's been around for a while. It's been big for a while.
Yeah.
But like more recently, like Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Like,
Oppenheimer's fantastic.
yeah, the music of Oppenheimer is great, and or like there's a specific composer. I think his name is Ludwig van Gorensen.
Yeah, that's him, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy who made the soundtrack for Oppenheimer. He's also the guy who made the soundtrack for like the Black Panther movies.
Yeah.
And, like Creed. And I think a cool thing that he did with those movies is like when he was making some of the music, he was actually using and synthesizing sounds like that are thematic to the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Like when he was making the Creed soundtrack, he made it a point to like make percussion out of boxers hitting the pads or boxers doing jump ropes.
Yeah.
And then with Oppenheimer, I think he made it a thing where a lot of the background, not necessarily percussions, but like the background layers that the song was built over, were like sounds of machines, like analog machines. And then in Black Panther, I believe he actually went to a part of Africa to like commission like some of the local artists there to play the drums.
Yeah, yeah.
To do chanting.
That's amazing. Like I think music in movies is quite underrated, and I feel people just listen but don't really hear. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like-
because they're more focused on the visual.
Yeah, yeah. But it's quite an underappreciated part of like the movie making process. And like on the flip side though, there's also like I mean, we can't argue that ABBA is one of the giants of music, right? Like
yeah.
everyone freaking knows ABBA and what ABBA stands for
are
or
you
whatever.
trying to transition into Mamma Mia?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
like okay, like everyone loves ABBA, but Mamma Mia basically solidified
Yeah,
that
yeah.
ABBA will never be forgotten, right?
Yeah.
Those songs are gonna be stuck in our collective consciousness forever.
Yep.
Like,
And then not to mention, like, because of TikTok and like meme culture, some of ABBA's other songs have been like recontextualized into like memes and
yeah. So like I think there's a give and take relationship with like music and pop culture in general that's quite charming in itself. It doesn't have to be something that's amazingly smart. It can be just for the fun of it. Like
yeah.
sometimes Mamma Mia, a lot of Mamma Mia is just we're having fun putting together this story. The story itself is like it's kind of good, but it's not that amazing. It's not like an Oppenheimer,
Yeah,
epic or what. But I think it's quite good. Yeah,
It is an endearing story though.
yeah.
But I guess on the flip side though, actually, what point was I trying to make here? Never mind, I forgot.
But do you think like because it can't all be like sometimes music can come out of pop culture that's what do you call it? It's not satirized. It's like demonized. What do you call it?
Demon.
It's like
What, as in,
people get attacked because of music that they put out. I don't know. What is it? What is it?
Well, okay. I don't know if there's a word for that, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But to be fair, though, there have been a bunch of cases, especially recently, where some of that has been a bit justified. I will not, Mr. West. Let's not dive into that.
Whoa.
Let's not dive into that.
There's also like I think we can talk about it because like for
Yeah.
example KSI, right? KSI putting out the whole Prime promotion in his last song, right?
Yeah. and a
That's
lot
kind of weird because
Yeah, because I get it. You're like you own it. You want it to succeed,
Yeah.
but like you don't have to insert it needlessly into your music.
yeah, I think it also robs the song of like authenticity.
Yeah.
Because obviously the song is supposed to be about himself, right? Like I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. But like thick of it is supposed to be a song about himself and where he came from, how he got to where he is now, and everything. And then all of a sudden there's like a Prime ad in the middle of it, which is
Yeah,
kind of crazy. I don't know.
There's a Prime ad that looks like, just in the music video, they put a concerning amount of the budget into it.
Yeah, it's huge in that video.
Yeah, it's huge, and like, I don't know if it was a real thing or if they animated it. If they animated it, like,
Yeah.
oh, damn. Like, okay.
Yeah, well, you know, aside from that, there's also other influencers who put out music. Freaking, sino ba yung mga like big influencers who put out music? Dream.
Dream, I don't want to talk about Dream. I mean, you like historically, you have guys like Dream, you have Rice Gum,
Yeah.
you have, and then there's like, I wouldn't call them influencers that make music, but like the YouTube musicians, like
Yeah.
they're musicians. It's just that they just got their start off of YouTube.
Yeah, I guess.
Like there's a bunch of, like it's an interesting thing about YouTube music is there's like it's a very versatile like field because you have the rappers that started off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Like you have a guy like Quadeca started off as your like typical YouTube rapper, and then now like his recent albums have been like very
Yeah.
deep, very like it's a different subject matter than what he started with.
Yeah, and it's actually quite surprising that some of these influencers can kind of bridge the gap between being what you call a like YouTube musician to someone like who really does music full time, or like at least who can earn a decent amount from it. Like you know Chrissy Costanza.
Heard the name.
She's the girl who does she's in the band Against the Current, and they did that song from League of Legends. Legends Never Die. Yeah, and Chrissy Costanza used to be like a YouTube musician to me, like doing covers. I think she had one of like I think it was a Taylor Swift song or something on YouTube. I totally forgot what it was, but I used to watch her and like guys like Kurt Hugo Schneider and what's his name? Was it Alex Good? Something like that? Someone like that. Yeah, it was those guys putting together covers, posting it to the internet. But now she has her own band, and like there's some people I know who from that music alone have come to know each other very deeply actually. But yeah, share ko lang, but like I have friends who met at an Against the Current concert, and they're like married now. So shout out sa inyo, Zoe and Sophie. Love y'all.
Interesting how that pans out.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, then, because like I think someone who's been getting a lot more traction recently. I think her name is Lynn Lapid.
Yeah.
Like, I think she was just posting like very cozy covers of like Steven Universe on YouTube, and now like you check her socials, like she's doing a tour across the U.S. right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you call YouTube? Sometimes even musicians can bridge that gap as well, backwards to being like a influencer, right?
Rick Astley.
Yeah, Rick Astley does like, I think he's full on doing covers recently and then posting them. There's also like Charlie Puth, right, on TikTok.
Yeah, Charlie Puth on TikTok, yeah.
He's like, oh, what if we had a song that went like this? You know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think I don't know. I feel different about it, but I guess it's just not the way that like I'm used to having music presented to me. I like looking for my music talaga, not having something recommended to me like that. But I think it's interesting. It's a new avenue for musicians to explore, and if that's for them, then that's for them, right? If they really want to engage.
Honestly, especially with like how much success has been coming off of like the different YouTube musicians gaining success and notoriety, I feel like YouTube music, like a YouTube musician shouldn't have the connotation as it does. Because at the end of the day, they're still musicians. It's just that they chose YouTube as their starting point.
Yeah.
Interesting to think. Okay, this is really off topic, but where do you think Jacob Collier lies? Because he kind of started on YouTube.
Yeah, it's
and then he
weird.
got big, and then he kind of shifted. Now he's been shifting back and forth, kind of.
I mean, if he did start off on YouTube, then maybe YouTube to musician full-time thing is what we're going for. But like, I don't know if like. Because I think there's a difference between putting out your music as YouTube content and then using YouTube as a platform to broadcast your music, right?
Yeah.
I think there's like a difference between that, because Jacob Collier obviously I don't think he's content minded. Because if he was content minded, he would be more known than he actually is, right? Because not a lot of people dig Jacob Collier. I think people who love Jacob Collier usually are instrumentalists or vocal, like musicians themselves, right? Like, those are the kinds of people who listen to Jacob Collier, not like the average person. Though some people will have listened to something that Jacob Collier has written or worked on,
Yeah.
but you don't, like, a lot of people don't explicitly look for Jacob Collier because, you know, that's just what I think Jacob Collier holds himself up to. Like, what I think when I think of Jacob Collier, he's like the musician for musicians, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the same with like the whole like math rock kind of thing, Polyphia.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It's interesting that
Yeah.
how you choose to like promote yourself kind of affects how people perceive you, right? In popular culture and everything.
Which, yeah, I guess. Well, I guess, okay. Because, you know, we're kind of running out of time. How do we wrap this? What's the conclusion we got from our discussion right now?
I think music and pop culture is such a complex landscape of relationships, of like artists with their music, and then like with the world in general. Because when it used to be just you through the radio station and or like other mediums,
vinyl,
something like that. Now it's literally you like kind of connecting. Although, you know, parasocially at sometimes, you still get some kind of connection with the people who listen to your music. Like, you can actively see them commenting and you can interact with them. You can really influence them about your music and everything. I think it's interesting and like exciting to see where all of this can go in someday. I just hope that, you know, musicians don't get abused. Yeah.
So, okay.
Well,
yeah. Okay. I think that's a good place to end it off. No?
yeah.
Yeah. That seems like a good place to end.
That's great. We love music and pop culture, guys.
Yep. Thank you for tuning into this episode.
And don't forget to follow UP Lyrica on Facebook, IG, TikTok, and YouTube. Once again, I'm Shawn.
I'm Raffy.
Kwento ko,
Kwento ko.
kwento mo sa Lirikwento.